woman, I get catcalled enough. You want me to be able to hear a man's nasty thoughts while I'm walking past?
But I need chismosa. I need to know. No, not una chismosa. Yo soy una.
Peace of mind. I have a million thoughts going on in this head as is. You want me to bring in other people's thoughts into it?
Overstimulated?
Overstimulated.
All right, why don't
That.
like since we're starting the new
Can I
podcast?
introduce myself?
That's what
Yes.
too.
Down.
Okay.
What if we can read people's minds?
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I want to introduce. My name is Ariana Campos.
I'm Jen. Hi.
If you guys didn't read people's minds, boom,
Okay.
bang.
Go to your podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, so the first one, if we talked about, is what if you could read people's minds? And I said absolutely.
And I said no.
As a chismosa.
Okay.
Because like this is my thing. I like Jen's right. This might be me being a people pleaser, and it probably is. But I like to cut the middleman because I'd be like over analyzing and overthinking a lot of situations. But if I could just read a person's mind and be like, oh yeah, they were totally thinking that. I'm like, wait, they weren't thinking that and they were just being nonchalant? Period.
Though,
But-
how could you? Well, if you read people's minds, because
Mhm.
we always have these certain thoughts, but we don't act upon those thoughts.
Exactly. We have intrusive thoughts for a reason. Sometimes I get a thought in here. That's not me thinking. That's like the demon void thinking. And I'm like, why is that in there? I think with children,
True.
if they could read my thoughts,
But it's not you them reading your thoughts, you're reading their thouts.
who's to say that it's not the both ways?
So, are we all able to read?
Yeah, okay,
thoughts, or let's back it up a bit. Back it up.
Yeah, okay.
Back it up a bit.
So is this a scenario where everyone could read each other's thoughts, or only you could read everyone else's?
You could read everyone else's.
Okay, so here's my thing though,
Mhm.
because that's a violation of privacy,
Mhm.
and that's just like it's kind of rude, man.
She's like, no, canceled. Next.
Like, what if
Uh-huh.
you were planning me a surprise party
Uh-huh.
and you were working really hard on it, but because I could read your mind, surprise cancels.
True.
I was gonna say something mean.
Just say it.
Jennifer, you already do that. Like, to the people who are watching this, a little backstory on Jennifer. Anytime you're watching a movie with Jennifer, she will do this thing where she's like, "Oh my God, he's gonna kill him, is she?" And I'm like, "Jennifer, just you'll never know." And she goes, "But he's gonna kill her, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, and then the next thing is like, "Oh my God, I told you so." And I'm like,
Okay, but hear me out.
Uh-huh.
That would be the
Uh-huh.
situation with everything, always.
"Yeah,
If you don't like,
I love it though because I love how you're like, oh,
You
It's gonna
add
happen,
the
isn't it?
effect.
I'm just very good at guessing what's gonna go next. And I like, as a literary person, I'm just like, oh, this is the plot. Of course that's gonna happen. My sisters hate it though, which makes it even more fun. Because whenever I'm watching with a new movie with them, they're like, you already seen this. Like, I'm like, no, I haven't. It's just not predictable. Come on. And that's what this situation is though.
Mhm.
You don't want to be predictable with everyone around you in your life, because then
I would just put like random thoughts. What if ducks could talk? What if I was the best friend of the demon? And
I would love that.
So going with that, if you split personality, or if your brain thinks two different things and you're reading someone's mind, are you able to read both?
Ooh.
Or just is it one or the other? Do you get to pick? Does the brain somehow cognitively think of it its own?
Plot twist.
oh, you gave me too many questions.
I mean, it's usually the one who's in control, isn't it?
I'm assuming that the person that
The
you're in
Let's just
control.
say you're in control though. What if you're not the dominant one? What if you're bottom?
That's not what I mean at all, Jennifer Hernandez. That's not what I mean at all. Okay, stand in the corner and think what you just said right there. Think wisely.
So that she can think about what you're thinking.
Exactly.
You want to practice right now? What am I thinking?
Yo, nasty girl.
Wrong.
But the way you say, you know what you would imply. Would Jesus approve? I think not.
I feel like there's a lot of things about my life that Jesus wouldn't approve of.
But anyway, what I think is like it. I would say if that's the case, I feel like you're just listening to one person and you hear their thoughts. It's like a room full of 10 people in a way of like you're just hearing just a lot of mumbles and like scratches, and that I would feel bad for that person because this is their daily life, and I could just simply walk away from that person. And that would suck because for them, I would not hear their thoughts at all. It would just be like, you know, when you're listening to those audios where it's like jazz in the rain and you're just like ambiance music.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like if I were hearing their thoughts, but not music or wonderful. It's just 5,000 people talking at the same time.
Would you hear the same tone, same voices? If I'm not mistaken, people with schizophrenia, they have a hard time distinguishing different voices.
That's what I was going to say next. Like, wouldn't you get overwhelmed hearing all those voices at once, or would you be able to filter it, control it?
That I want to be like, I'm thinking Professor X, you know, he does that all the time. But
he's like a professor.
But he trained himself from a very young age to select what he could hear.
That's why
a lot of trauma too for that.
Yeah, that's why.
You do need that much more trauma?
I'll just be more interesting.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I just think it's interesting. I think the whole concept of reading someone's mind is very interesting because also I think it would be really cool to be like, you know what someone's about to do and you know it's going to be fucking wrong.
Isn't that what psychology is also for?
True, but here's my thought. Well, I mean, talking about like they're actually going to commit a crime.
Okay, so hear me out.
So on the bright side, there are some good things about that. Reading people's minds.
You are in a crowded place and you are hearing the voices, but this one voice pops out and they're like, I'm about to do something crazy. Like, you know, hurt someone else or hurt myself. How are you going to know whose voice that is?
I'll just listen to it. But it's not really crowded room.
Okay, like, let's say you're at the airport, you're listening, you're just kind of browsing through the different thoughts because that's what you're doing, you know, your ambience, your background noise. All of a sudden, someone's in their head, I'm like, this place is about to blow up, you know?
First of all, if I hear that voice, right away I'm calling the police. I don't think they'll take that as a joke. Second of all, if that's the case, I'd be like laying security now. Hey, fucking, what the fucking do over there?
But how do you know who's the one saying it?
Because you could just, you could just tell.
It's more like a stereotyping though, too.
But like, here's the thing. Regardless, I already called the police. They vacated the area.
Someone's gonna get arrested, is what you're saying.
Yeah, someone's gonna arrest it. Just because I can't locate them, the authorities can.
I mean, that's smart too, is that you don't take matters into your own hands. You let the professionals handle that.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to be a hero, you're just trying to be a chismosa.
No, I'm trying to in that way, yes, but I'm part of it, like, I'm also protecting people's lives.
Yes, and
because here's the thing. With those situations, a lot of those situations can be prevented if someone lets someone know now. And not to bring up a trauma story into this, but I'm gonna like call out my friend Callisto. So we had this happen at our graduation. I wasn't there. I was in Utah. But my friends were there. She was there. And my friend was sitting next to this guy who hasn't been doing the best. So first of all, one of the red flags was the guy had some drugs on him. And Chris was like, what the fuck? And this is not just like, your weed or anything. This is fucking cocaine.
And at the time too, weed was still illegal during.
Yeah, but this is
but this was like
it was like hardcore stuff.
It was hardcore. This man was known to do hardcore stuff. So it was like, okay, like
don't justify it by calling him a man. He was a child because we were graduating high school.
Yeah. No, like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like he was just not well.
He was very unwell.
And so what happened was after that, she noticed there was something weird underneath the gown. Like she noticed it was this weird little vest underneath. And she was like, that. And she went to the security and was like, hey, dude, can you look at this fool right here? Look at his fucking gown. And he was like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? And she's like, fucking look at this fool. It was not funny, but the way she explained it to me was kind of funny when she was like, look at that guy. So they investigated. He had like a vest full of these tiny little bombs. It wasn't like I don't know,
Like small firecrackers. They were
like something related to that, and he had to be evacuated.
He was escorted off the premises.
Pretty much.
just because of that.
I mean, we don't know what he was thinking, and we don't know what could have happened. I didn't find out that this was the case until many years later, and I was just like, thanks.
I think that was at a Christmas party. Callisto mentioned that. It's like, oh, dope.
Yeah, like, happy we didn't get hurt.
And I was part of me was like, I'm glad I went to Utah. By the way, Utah is gorgeous. Anyway, but I understand what you're trying to say too. Like, it's very overwhelming to hear. I had an old friend who told me like she could just feel how people feel, and that was very overwhelming.
Could you say like
Like an empath?
Yeah, but the way she would say, like, she would get headaches, really, really bad headaches, just being close to someone who's not feeling well.
Interesting.
And she, that's why she hated being in crowded places, because she could just feel what people were feeling, and she just couldn't handle it. So that's why she always had like Tylenol with her and everything. It was just very hard for her to be in public places because she would just honestly feel what people were feeling.
It's like overstimulated. She was receiving all of that.
Yeah.
Chakra, spiritual,
I love how
soul stuff.
overstimulated is the word of the day. I just want to point that out.
Brought to you by Overstimulated.
Not sponsored, but
But no, yeah. So I understand like that point too. Like, look, I'm all for the drama. I'm all for the plot. But at the same time, like if I were to have those powers, I would just want to use it to prevent like trouble. Yeah.
that makes sense. Would it, instead of maybe like you mentioned I was sensing your spiritualness, instead of reading people's minds, would it be better to read aura, or get a better sense of no? Why not?
Said no. Okay, so this is my perspective on that. If people have been told that you can see someone's aura, it's technically like bright colors or whatever,
Right.
based off their energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's super cool. I wish I could do that. That sounds like an awesome power, because I just want to walk around seeing rainbow people all the time. But I would feel like, as someone who feels other people's feelings, I would see someone with a bad aura and immediately get sad myself, because I don't know why they're like that, and I would want to go and talk to them and help them, but then they're gonna be like, why is this weirdo coming up to me and talking to me right now? It would feel like not an obligation, but that's how I see it. Like, I'm the type of person who I'm like, I want to save everyone if I can, and I feel like if I had that potential to see how everyone's feeling, it would get overwhelming, because I won't be able to take care of everyone's needs, you know?
It's just, you feel like you'll be responsible because you know this.
Because I know. I don't want to know.
Sometimes it's best not to know.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Too
much. She's like, put it that way.
I mean, it's wonderful, wonderful like colors, like you said. It's just when I see the people's auras, I'd be like, the fucking light out of my face. Like, I'd be like, ew. I know you're a ball full of sunshine, but I need you to back up.
Wait, can we do this? What color do you think we each are?
Oh, that's freaking easy. You're blue, purple, and I don't know what the fuck I am.
You're green.
She's like, it's a mix of everything put together.
No,
You're green.
I'm green.
I sense green too for some reason.
Yeah,
I
like,
just know.
I just,
Would it be better if we said mustard yellow?
how dare you? Okay, bringing up that topic when he just said, I used to wear like a lot of mustard yellow, and it was like the trendy color, and I was like, I love that color.
We love being on trend.
Weird. And Arthur used to wear it all the time.
You
So
wear better, by the way, but anyway.
that's what I was gonna say. We had a whole ass argument about it, and he was just like, "You like that yellow?" He wore it better, and I was like, "Oh."
I did do that.
That's such a man moment to say that a man wore it better.
How dare you?
Mhm.
We empower women here.
Facts. And when was the last time you said
Ally.
retract statement? No.
No. Okay.
When was it? This is like such an interesting thing, and I know this is super controversial. When can a man rock an outfit as good as a woman?
Oh.
Or at least
It's not the body, it's the confidence and the energy.
Yeah.
Because, like, we could be wearing the same thing right now, but I know I'm going to wear it better because I'm very confident in how I style things.
she does. I don't. I just put on stuff.
Exactly. I love that we have that on record, by the way.
Yeah, she's way better. I honestly don't even have a sweater on. No shirt, whatever this is I have underneath. Yeah,
That's the thing. It's close.
Clothes. It works.
Yeah.
It keeps you warm. It smells good.
But yeah, that's my thing though. If there's a man who wants to style it, who you could like I said, it could be the same dress.
Mhm.
Men can wear it. If he styles it better, he rocks it better.
What is that? Scottish kilt. Right?
Kilt.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so fun.
It is fun. I love anything with a long skirt, girly. I love that. I feel like literally it's all about, like, as she said, confidence and styling, especially if you like something about you knowing your body so well that fits what you know would complement your body. You're done. Like everyone else, it's over for you bitches. I'm sorry. Like, like if you know how to dress your body and know what looks good on you, everyone in the room is done for. Everyone
yes.
is done. Like yeah.
Okay, Marilyn Monroe, they used to critique her because they said that the only reason she was beautiful was because of all the expensive clothing she wore.
Mhm.
So she did this thing, you know, celebrities, where she literally wore a sack, like the sack that potatoes come in.
Right.
So she wore that as a dress. Still 10 out of 10 queen. Because it's her. It's not the clothes, it's her.
This is how she wore it and how her confidence.
She owned it, you know? And obviously it doesn't hurt that she's like beautiful, but you know, that's beside the
The
point.
clothes don't wear you.
You wear the clothes.
There you go. I feel like it's a
Put that on a shirt.
Well, make that into your merch.
Yes.
Merch.
LOL.
Now available soon.
I'm curious to know more of the what if questions.
Oh yeah.
Like
I've
transitioning.
calling them out.
Oh, so let's sticking with emotions and reading people's minds.
Got it.
If it was possible to eliminate all negative emotions?
No.
No, straight up no.
Inside out, baby.
I mean, inside out, yeah, because I feel like,
Pixar said it first.
I
We
mean,
need sadness just as much as we need joy.
well, define negative emotions, because I feel like a lot of times,
Plot twist.
a lot of times we think negative, blue, sad. Anger could be part of that, but sadness and anger are two different things. We could have toxic positivity as well.
What's the fun in life if you don't have the negative to balance the positive?
Exactly. And some of the emotions that yeah, exactly.
Right.
And as I noticed as growing up, some of these emotions feel the same way to you, but they give you the type of like things like either it's like how do I put this fear and being excited are like practically the same emotion, but the outcome is different. Because fear and excitement both make you want to feel like you're gonna shit your pants, but fear is like fear of not knowing what's gonna happen, while excitement is you don't know what's gonna happen, but you're excited for that.
They're literally the same thing, just the perspective is different and how you choose to approach it is different. Fear is your body's way of like anxiety. I have an anxious person, clearly. But anxiety, I struggled with it for a long time, and now I'm like, okay, it's not me being scared. It's my body's way of preparing me to do something that I am afraid of. And it's okay if I'm scared because I'm still going to do the thing. This one got me to ride a roller coaster for the first time this year.
Woo!
I was terrified. We have the picture to prove it.
Like, we gotta post that somewhere.
No,
I
actually,
like an edit.
She's there having the time of her life, and I'm like bracing for my life because I'm terrified. But I did it because
Boom. Oh, I think that was on Instagram, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm smiling, having the time of my life, and she's just like, fuck this.
I did not want to go on that. I was so scared, and it didn't help that there was no wait. Because as soon as we got in there, we were on that ride. I did not have any chance to back out. So I was scared. But I did it. And then,
So you're gonna do this again, or it's gonna be like you.
say
This
that.
is next, right?
The fact that you got on it and you know what to expect is the best part.
If you can do it once, you can do it again.
Hey, I forced you to do roller coasters. You forced me to interact with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
What?
This extrovert had to socialize with people?
Here's my thing, especially now. I don't want to bring up, but I just recently went through a hard time recently. And from that time, twins. From that
Listener, we shook hands.
We shook
For those who, yeah. I don't know if you can like audio people.
I didn't want you to like feel left out. So from this hard time, I had this realization that I really had very much a close circle. Like I got used to the people in my life. Don't get me wrong, the people that are in my life, I want to keep with like all times. But I realized that I created the small circle because I got comfortable and I felt safe in the circle. I didn't want to go out. And now that this situation happened, I feel like I need to go out of my circle. So because of that, honestly, for the last month, I've interacted with more people than I ever did. I'm reconnecting with old friends that I haven't talked to in a year.
Case in point, Mario.
Hey.
And then I realized that I did this because I was kind of scared. Like I got my circle. These are the people I need, and that's it. But as much as I care about the people in my circle, there's nothing wrong with expanding too, you know? And this one, this one, love her, was like, we're going to do this. We're going to go out and socialize. Yeah. And then there was a moment like, why don't you talk to him? I'm like, he's here. He's a person. No, yes.
He's a breathing human.
Yes. Thoughts. And she's like, but I want to say hi. And I was like, and then she's like, we're going to do this. Remember, 2023, we're going to socialize. And I was like, yeah, I know. But that's why she gets in the return. I force her to go on scary stuff.
Yeah, she makes me eat stuff I don't like.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she gets me to go
We
out there.
basically take turns parenting each other.
Pretty
That
much.
is cool.
Yeah.
Listener, by the way, if you think me and Ariana are cool, we need more friends. You can cut that out.
Also, I'm a Sagittarius.
Yo.
If that rocks your bell or whatever, I don't know how to say that.
Where else you're Pisces? Okay, so we got a Scorpio, Sag, and a Pisces.
That's a podcast name right there.
Oh,
Whoa, shameless plug.
Oh.
They're working on something in the future, so stay tuned.
Yeah, if you enjoy us, you never know what might come.
but it's just I love this because it's very, like you said, very unscripted. This is my first time doing this, you know, because I love talking. I love talking.
You're a good talker.
You're a great talker.
This is why my major is communication.
Whoa, bang.
I had one person, I ran into him at ELAC a long time ago, and he was just like, oh, what's your major? And I said, oh, I'm doing communications. And they looked at me straight up and I was like, that makes sense. And I was like, the fuck? The fuck are you saying? And he goes, what? Look at you. And I'm like, okay, look at me. But, yeah, no. We were talking about what we were saying before, the what if. What was the what if question?
The what if question? I was thinking of it.
Totally got sidetracked.
What you were saying, like, we do need negative emotions constantly. Not constantly, but we do need negative to appreciate the good.
That's what I was about to say. Because, like, how do you know you're having a happy moment if you never felt what sadness was before?
And have that yin and yang to have that balance.
Exactly.
And sometimes feeling sad, as much as it's weird to say this, feels good.
I have a metaphor.
Oh,
Oh,
drop that wisdom.
Well, it's more like a simile. It's like Barbie. When she was living in her Barbie world in the movie.
The movie, okay.
If you haven't seen
Like,
the
there's a
movie,
lot of Barbie movies. Which one are you talking about?
the one that just came out this year in 2023 with Margot Robbie. If you haven't seen the movie, pause the podcast, go watch it, and then come back so you can get the reference. Essentially, all the Barbies were there. Stereotypical Barbie was there living her life, but then she started having existential dread because the person who was playing with her in the real world was having those emotions. And she was just like, maybe this isn't what life is supposed to be like. So they go through this whole journey. And she's just like, wow, the real world is so complex, but that's what makes it beautiful. And the scene that always stands out to me is when she goes there for the first time and she's sitting there watching everyone. And I love people watching. And she's like having this emotional moment because she's like, man, real humans are beautiful. They're complex and amazing beings. And I think that's why we need all types of emotions, because that's what makes us human.
Barbie really did it. Barbie really did it.
Barbie did it. She did it in the past. She did it again now.
An icon then, an icon now. And that's why we stand Barbie in this podcast.
Not sponsored, not sponsored. You want sponsor us, please. That'd be great.
But
We got 2 non-sponsors.
essential tread Barbie.
Hashtag Barbie. How did you find this episode?
Barbie. But like you were saying, like those negative emotions do help us appreciate what is good. And in those situations, it also helps us grow. I think that's a good, like, to say what if situation. I mean, also, if you have just good emotions all the time, no offense, and this is probably me being a little toxic, but that sounds so boring. That sounds very boring to be happy all the time.
Also, it makes me a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, everyone needs their moment to break down.
Yeah, I listened to Olivia Rodrigo in my room and I just cried. You know what? Her new song has really got me feeling some type of way. And it makes me want to scream on the top of my heels and being like, oh my God, she gets me. And then I just take a picture of my crying face and like, ew, cringe. And then I move on the next time.
She does send it to us too, by the way. It's pretty funny.
I have I was looking back 2018, 2019. I was really going through it that time. And there's pictures of me just going with tears in my eyes. I was like, and then by the way, little tip, if you're crying and you don't want to cry anymore, take a picture of yourself and then you're going to look at it and be like, ew, why am I doing that? And
Is that?
Yeah. If I want to stop crying and I feel like it's gross and it's grossing me out, I take a picture of it and be like, cringe, and then I stop crying.
If you ever look at yourself in the mirror when you cry, we're pretty ugly.
I look at myself in the mirror. Actually, I can cry really well.
Well,
Jen, not everyone can be as amazing as you.
Unfortunately.
That's what I envy about actors. Actors have this thing where they cry and it's beautiful. For me, my whole face is red.
I have 2 crying types. The type where I'm like, since we're just having a moment, and then it looks like nothing happened, and then there's we're having a moment, and no one can see that. Well, you have, but that's written.
For me, when I was in speech and debate, I knew when to do those tears where I was like that slight tear, and I was like that. When I'm crying in my house, red,
So
I'm gone.
Extra. I love you.
Yeah, I go the extra mile, baby girl.
As we do.
That we do. But like, that's what I mean. That's what I do. I do that. It's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very cringy crier. I feel like I'm not gonna get to that. That's another story for a different time. Yeah, these are good what if scenarios because honestly, yeah, I feel like appreciate your negative moments because later on you see how far you grow.
Okay. Sum up.
So
To sum up.
Maybe reading people's minds might not be a good idea.
Yeah, you think?
Character development. Yeah, we love it.
If you guys don't want to read people's minds, that's okay. I'll do it for you guys. Come on, Jennifer, you can lie to me. You can lie to me.
Listen, I'm gonna bug you and be like, where are they?
That's why I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Be like, you cannot tell me you want one of us to hold it because here's my thing. If you
And we can tag team it.
Yeah.
That way we can rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marta, listen, I know you won't like this. Hear me out. What if you wanted your professor to like, you want to know your grades so bad, but you're like, what did I get? What did I get? And your professor's like, oh no. And I'll be like, well, I got you, fool. I got you. And then I go into his classroom, read, it's like, it's a B plus. And I'm like, dude, it's a B. And you'll be like, what the fuck? I deserve an A. And that's when you come into him and be like, yo, you know?
But regardless, he can't do anything about it.
Very true. And also,
You can get extra credit. We beg and we plead and we email. That's what I
I'm
do.
not a person about grades. That's a terrible example for me.
Okay, well,
I mean, that means like,
soccer.
Know the next opponent's move.
that is true. But that's what comes down to like the psychology, reading the body language. And I feel like it becomes too much. Like if you know,
I can read their minds.
And then she could be like, Mario, go left. And then you go left.
Because he's gonna psych you right, but he's actually going left.
this is some anime stuff that we're digging into now.
Okay, wait. We'd be a great trio in an anime.
Oh yeah. Dude, you know what anime I was thinking about us? It would be like funny, that dude with the fucking like little eyes right here. I forgot the fucking name.
Which
He's
anime?
like-
There's a bunch of anime characters that have that.
These people know. There's an anime with the guy with the red hair. He has little eyes right here. Something fucking starts with a K. I forgot. And so basically, there's a trio.
That's on him.
So there's a trio of these three guys.
Yeah.
And then one time they find out like, oh, someone's flirting with our friend, and we all freaking bolt. And they just be like, oh my god, you're seeing someone else, and they pretend to be all their lovers. And it's so funny because I can see us doing that. Like imagine, just hear me out. Imagine, what's it, Arthur? Like just pretend Arthur. He's like talking to this girl, and we're like, oh my god, he's talking to a girl. What do we do? And, you know, we all run and be like,
Let
Arthur,
let
my
Arthur do his
sleeper.
magic. Let him do his magic.
Oh no, Eddie.
Hey, okay, yeah,
as
maybe
first.
Eddie, yeah.
Eddie would be funny because Eddie trying to like talk to a girl and be like, Eddie, my lost lover. It's like, you forgot about us, and then we're just all doing like this, and it's like, and Mario be like, I thought I was your main one.
So dramatic.
I just think about that every day as my Roman Empire.
I like how you think that specifically.
Yeah,
That's
I just want to go a little side quests and, you know, do the stuff and maybe find friends and stuff. I don't know.
I'm here for the stupid shit.
We're here for the plot.
We're here for the plot. We'll do the stuff. Oh, no. Hi.
Hi.
What's
No, that's good. That would wrap it up actually. So emotions, reading people's minds, making friends, all great things. Nightly discussion, unscripted, you know where it's at. If you guys liked the video, if you guys liked what we're talking about, if you guys stayed with and understood everything,
Yeah.
let us know. And yeah, as always, pass a smile, stay safe, always be awesome. See you guys next time.
You should make a little note